I talk about and teach on these channels is indifference, not avoidance. I don't avoid hardly anything except jellybacks and simps. In fact, I treat modern women like alcohol. Drink responsibly. Marriage would be like drunk driving. I don't do it. You can either drink responsibly or don't drink at all. But either way, it's not a situation of avoidance. It's a personal choice for men. Again, I walk into any room, talk to any women, I'll tell them right off the back, and even if they want to get certain serious with me, look, I don't need no sex. I just need some money. Sex is just a memory. And anything that I can buy for $100 does not have power and control of my life. This is about men changing their mindset, downloading the new program. That doesn't mean I support tricking or any of this other shit that you guys come up with. Is I support indifference. That's why I introduced the brothers to Ayn Rand, to get rid of this altruism. That's why I talk about Kiki Palmer. I don't care what these chicken heads do. It's about the mindset and the mentality of them doing what they want to do, and they don't let nobody shame them and tell them what to do in life. The number one problem the modern man's going to have is the jellyback male, the jellyback simp male, or the dude that is probably in a relationship that's got his balls clipped. His wife or his girlfriend is put in the jar. She hides it behind the peas and rice. And he's going to come out here and lecture you. The Boyce Watkins type guy. You got to worry about that. Or the pastor that tries to get you to marry some 304. Or something like that. Those are the guys you got to worry about. Or the guy that wants a dirty Mac. Or all these panderers and jellybacks and whatever. Even for the guys who travel overseas. Most of the guys overseas who travel, the problems that they have is with other expats. They don't have problems with the locals. Other dudes that just have some mental health issues or problems, and they want to start shit. Because maybe the first time in their life, they've got their hands on pre-owned and they feel powerful, and they're like, I call them honey hole defenders and guiders, defenders of the universe. So I talk about indifference on this channel. I am indifference. My mind says, let these wild horses run free. Live life. You got one life to live. I'm not going to be a part of this red pill bullshit. The majority of these guys are simps. They're out here consuming box. And even many of the guys on these red pill channels, you see them in the comment sections and doing all that stuff. All these dudes be having OnlyFans accounts. Like, you complain about these 304s, but you have an OnlyFans. I don't understand that bullshit. Maybe I'm a Gen X dude. If I ain't putting no hands on no hips, but you couldn't get $1 out of me. That is some bullshit. I live in the physical world. I live outside, period. I'm in and out of this house 10, 20 times a day. People think that because I live alone, I'm alone. Alone my ass. I'm all over the damn place. I'm all over the county. I'm all over them doing business and running around talking to women, men all day long. I don't avoid shit. Like I said, I treat modern women like alcohol. Drink responsibly, and I don't have an alcoholism problem, period. I can take it or I can leave it. That's the mindset you got to be in. What we want to get rid of is this guys with this revenge fantasy or this hope. I want to get rid of all that hope shit, all that red pill shit in terms, red pill is good. It's just the truth. But just you living life every day, your cortisol level low. That's why I don't do reaction videos on this channel. I want to get you all of your emotions. The modern women are like this. The modern women ain't changing for shit. They got a jellyback waiting for them. That's not what they want. But they have so much simp giving them the emotional nourishment that they need all day long. They don't have a man that they want. They've been like Kiki Palmer and them, but they'll never get the men they really want. But they got enough jellybacks to supplement them for eternity. Plus, we live in a gynocentric environment with gynocracy, where they worship women, but got simps everywhere, jellybacks, dudes that are cucked, coming at you all kinds of way, all kinds of crap going on with these dudes, man. Your problem, number one problem today is not really and modern women have their problem. No, I ain't saying they have a problem, but the number one problem you're gonna have is dudes selling you bullshit today. Grifters, jellyback dudes, dirty pastors, dudes telling you to get married to some of these modern women, but they when you get crucified, nowhere to be found. They're not going to pay for your alimony. They're not going to pay for your child support. They're not going to help you fight for your kids. They're going to do a damn thing for you. And they're going to be, oh, well, you maybe you should do something wrong, or maybe you should have tried. No, they're going to laugh at you. They're going to clown you. They're going to make fun of you. Nobody takes care of you like you. Nobody gives a rat's ass about men. You have to be proactive in protecting your resources, protecting your peace, protecting your assets, developing yourself. Definitely go to the gym. When I talk about guys having some financial discipline, and it's about you, not about these chicken heads. It's about you living a life. You be able to retire early. The quality of your life improving. You know what I'm talking about? You, not acquiring women or pre-owned. Look, the ship has sailed on many of these models. They're not going to change. They're not going to change. Get that shit out of your mind. You think all these conservatives or whatever else is going to, they're not going to, nobody, no. The biggest rise right now is in these fake trad wives, conservative women, or these women that are just pretending to be some type of pick me or whatever else. You know what? They can talk to you and pander to you all day long. You want to test them? How many of them are out there on the front lines fighting to change marriage, divorce, child support laws, alimony laws? That's how you know they're fake. They don't protest. They have enough voting power. If they want to be married to men, get out there on the front line, call your senator, call your congressman, call whatever, and just get these laws changed. Well, the Senate, about marriage and family court law. Like your local state legislator. How many women you see on the front line trying to change these unfair laws? None of them. So when you all fix these laws and these policies, I will change my attitude about telling men to go marry some of these modern women, many of them that have enjoyed the heavy pounding, the vicious and vigorous pounding of sexual liberation. When I see women on the front lines fighting for men's rights in family court, protecting fathers, and getting divorce laws changed, taking the money out of marriage, I'll be a believer for you, some of you married cucks and you modern women. Until then, everything you're talking to is bullshit. Policy matters. Laws matters. Feelings don't mean jack. Feelings don't mean nothing. The laws is what matters, gentlemen. Policy is what matters. Until that change, again, ain't gonna be a peaceful life is gonna keep rolling with indifference. I'm gonna encourage the men for self-preservation. I'm gonna encourage them to be just as, focused on their own happiness and their peace. Just like Oprah, that y'all don't shame. Nobody shames Oprah for being, she's been cohabitating with a man without the state for the last 40 years. It's lasted longer than marriages. Nobody shames women for living life on their own terms and taking care of themselves and putting themselves first. Nobody says anything to them. In fact, they encourage it. They call it empowerment. So I'm men's empowerment. That's what I am. I encourage men to adapt to the environment that you currently live in. That's all I'm talking about is adaptation. I don't give a rat's ass about these chicken heads in terms of you living a life to please them. And that's the problem I have with people like Scott Galloway. If you were trying to, they really don't care about the men themselves as human beings. They care about men not marrying, men not producing kids, men not marrying these 304s, retired 304s, and men not sponsoring, funding the economy, funding the, women, giving them money, handing money over them so they can go shop and spend money to fuel the economic engine of society. They want you to level up. You got to be 2 times better than an average woman to be with an average woman when that average woman has already been plowed by average men. So you have to be superior to get pre-owned from an average woman that's average just like you. And their mindset and their mentality is about men always doing better. No requirements that women be better people. Like they're pre-qualified for relationships with men. Nobody's pre-qualified for anything. You get what you deserve, you get what you earn. Period. But they want you to think in a certain way, in a mindset. So my job, my purpose is to erase that programming out of your brain. Feel proud, be unapologetic in how you move. Feel proud, be unapologetic in how you move towards your own success. your own achievements in life. What I don't teach is a bunch of dudes sitting around watching red pill content all day long. If that's what you want to do that. Not that I got anything against the brothers, because there's some good channels and it's necessary in many instances. But at the end of the day, life happens outside and nobody gives a rat's ass about you. I don't have any grifts to sell. I don't got no programs to sell. I may do a locals channel to talk to the brothers, to point the brothers, to inspire the brothers. But that's about it. Because I mean, only self-protection game is valuable right now, because you cannot deprogram the social programming. Now, if you change the laws and you take the money out of that shit, now that would create a huge reset in the environment. Because even the jellyback simps wouldn't even be relevant then, because there'll be laws in place that protect men from being completely destroyed. But the gynocracy will never allow that. You'll have simps, jellybacks pushing back, and all those women that pretend that they're on your side will be pushing back again. Well, why you want to change the laws? What's wrong with the laws? Women make money too. What bullshit. You don't see women checking out of these marriages and divorce, raping, or filing complaints against, you don't see, men checking out of this shit. Men pretty much are simple creatures. Very simple creatures. Very small, minute needs that we have as men, because 9 times out of 10 we're so busy trying to do things to provide, protect, and build ourselves in life. But I just want guys to get out of that mentality of thinking things are going to go back to some type of traditional social contract of this shit is gone. It's done. Period. What we have now more so is manipulation and to be honest with you, what we have out here in these streets now is just outright prostitution. Prostitution. That's all these women are talking about. And I see them talking, most of them are chicken heads, mismanaged youth and all that. I'll be looking at them like this. I'm indifferent to them. I was like, oh yeah? You gonna get that dude to pay all them bills? 100%? Yeah? Take care of you and your 2 kids? Man. She probably gonna get 1%, but she don't want the dude that will do it. He probably like a Boys Watson looking dude, and she ain't gonna get him, but he she don't want it. She, in her mind, she's been an alpha widow, so she thinks she wants to get, she's still holding out because the DMs are popping for that particular guy who looks a certain way and behaves a certain way that also has resources that she can use. So until then, she's gonna use a whole bunch of orbiters and cucks and friend zone dudes and social media stuff until she get to her last leg, where she's out here walking around looking like, the crypt keeper. And then maybe she'll take the Boyce Watkins type guy. That's really that's a repeat of the same damn shit over and over again. We see it over and over and over again. They have too many jellybacks. So the jellybacks are, there's so many of them. Sponsoring, paying for OnlyFans, worshiping. There's a whole bunch of these dudes out here. They're not going anywhere. They're just going to be around, sitting around, waiting in the shadows, dirty macking, friend zoning. Know that the woman has a man. She's still trying to knock him out the box. Look, we could just be friends. Nah, many dudes are like that. Coveting other men's women, sitting in the shadows, plotting at work, plotting. You got jellybacks everywhere. So we have an infestation of weasels. That's not going to change anytime soon. So the goal of my content is understanding men have to adapt. You have to adapt to the environment or get destroyed. But you got to be careful, because if you keep that hope strategy and thinking about listening to these red pill guys over, they will completely close you off and make you toxic, because you're consuming that. It's not about it. There's wisdom and knowledge to make you overcome and exist. And then there's people that are programming you to keep buying their courses and buying shit from them that only benefits them. For me, if I become irrelevant and the system in the society corrects itself and I have to delete my YouTube channel, I would rather have that to see both men and women win than to keep you stringing along for profits every day. Buy a Peaceful Life course. Yeah, these modern women 304s eating trash. Send me $49.99 a month. That ain't gonna help you. These women ain't changing shit. Nothing. Not in your lifetime. So get out here and enjoy life. Nothing is changing in your lifetime. You think something's, I'm 51 years old. They haven't changed yet, and they ain't gonna change because the system won't allow them to change. Period. And we got too many simps. So why would you be sitting around listening to all day long to red pill this, red pill that, sitting around, not doing anything, not living life, not traveling, not enjoying your life, not living life on your own terms? Man, for what? Who? Today is the youngest you'll be for the rest of your life. Treat them like alcohol. Drink responsibly. Marriage is drinking and driving. That's all you have to think about. It's not that complicated, gentlemen. Keep them at arm's length distance. Only deal with the 10% women in the long-term relationships. Period. You find a unicorn, use red pill. Red pill is useful. It teaches female nature. That part of it, I 1000% agree with. Vet the women. Work on your discipline. Make sure you're taking care of yourself, putting yourself first, because nobody takes care of you like you. It ain't that complicated. It's just that we got too many dudes out here selling bullshit for profit. And they're not really thinking about the psychological long-term effects of dudes not getting wins. I'm interested in you getting wins, getting W's. You seeing your money go up. You seeing yourself getting in some decent physical shape. You seeing you having the certain social success that you want, if you want that. With the ladies, I don't care. Whatever you do it, as long as you do it in a winning formula, is all I care about. Again, this channel is pro-peace, anti-torture, pro-winning, anti-losing. Peace and blessings to you guys. I'm going to get ready to get my coffee, hit the gym, get my day started. I always start my day with at least 2 hours of self-development, starting with the gym. I got to run today, get on the treadmill. The ice itself and the snow has been, I've broken through it. So I've been digging myself out of this shit now I've got the road clear and all that stuff right now in front of my house. So I'm good to go. So gentlemen, take care of yourself, brothers. I'll talk to you guys soon. I'm out.